Hello everybody, my name is Thomas and welcome to the second video of my Hadrian's Wall solo campaign series, in which I will be playing through each of the 16 different forts in the solo campaign. Today is fort number 2, Pons Aelius. In the description, it says Pons Aelius was sited here to guard the river crossing. The bridge is the only one known to be named after an emperor outside of Rome. The additional fort rules, there are no extra rules. For the fort goal that I have to complete, I need to build the large road and score 70 plus victory points. The optional challenge is to have no disdain at the game's end, and if I do, I get 2 stone brick. I did not complete the optional challenge on the last fort, so I do not get that previous bonus. With that all out of the way, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so year 1, let's see what the first card I get for my resources to start out. I get a guard, 2 builders, 2 servants, 2 civilians, and a stone brick. Put that somewhere right there, discard that there, that's fine. Give these a little bit of a shuffle real quick, and I draw 2 of them and see what I'm working with. So I have the aristocrat, which is final disdain being 0, or defender, which is the completed wall section. I think since the optional goal is to try to get 0 disdain, it would make sense for me to go for the aristocrat. Both are pretty solid. I wouldn't mind getting either of those. The wall section might be a bit tougher, so I'm going with the aristocrat. Let me slide this under there, just like so. And then I get the additional resources of another builder and another brick because of this other card that I'm not taking. And then finally, I get just 1 brick for my resources over here. And I also forgot I have the neutral cards over here, so I have to set out 2 of them for items to trade in the market and for the shapes for the scouting. Just scouting down there. Yeah, I thought it was like scouting. I was going to call it formation, but I guess that might be what it's called. But anyway, got my starting resources, so I can just start getting right into it. So starting out, I mean, I definitely like building out the forts to actually let me do things. I can actually build up the rest. So I'll spend 2 builders to build out the first part of the fort. Just to get the ball rolling here and just get things building. As far as the different citizen tracks go, I mean, I always like the trader one that gets me resources, which is always helpful to have. I want to watch my disdain, so I'll probably have to get this one to get the baths. And then there's also this route down here, which has the scout, and I can also then get the diplomat, which lets me block stuff, which may not be a terrible idea. The thing is, I need a servant and a guard plus 2 brick, and then I get to block 2, but only in one direction. I don't even know if that would be worth it to get the diplomat. I usually don't, but I really need to watch my disdain this game. So I'll just, first off, I'll spend I just threw that brick. Start building up the wall to get another civilian to work with. So I'm going to spend a citizen that's a civilian. These are my citizens. To go on this citizen track, get another stone brick. Got a lot of stone now. I'm really eyeballing this diplomat. I think that's maybe what I want to do. The issue is I don't know what part to go for. So I'll do it. I'll spend a servant and a guard and 2 brick. Oh my gosh. Seems like so much. But I do get a valor over here crossed off, and then circle both of these to block. But now I have to choose an area. Let's just go center. I'm just going to circle center, so hopefully they attack from the center, I guess. So I'll spend a civilian to go up on, go this track, because I need to go up that one anyway, to get me another builder. And then I think I'll go ahead and spend, tough decisions. I'll spend a civilian to go up on the trader's track, because I definitely like doing that. So I'll get another servant, and then I'll spend 2 servants to do some mining and foresting up here. And that gets me a resource production and another stone brick. I'm going to be a little bit short on stone than well, so then I'm going to spend this builder to go into the training grounds so I can at least get another cohort section. So I have like the two in the center I'm protecting, so I'm going to go with the left. I'll block off a section. One builder left. I guess I'll just build out the fort a bit more. Do that, and then my last 2 bricks, I'll just fill in the first spot of the sippy and an empty spot on the wall. So year 1 done. Only 1 picked attacks, so let's hope it is not anything besides being on the right. It's center. So I think, yeah, my thing blocks that. Cross that off over here. I survived the battle, so I do get a Valor. And that's pretty much that. I get rid of these 2 neutral cards, draw 2 new ones. Then I get a new fate card for year 2. Get a guard, 2 builders, 2 servants, a civilian, and 2 stone brick. I draw my 2 cards, see what I want. Collected goods or completed citizen tracks. I really don't like doing the collected goods one. It's a pretty tricky one to get. So I'll go with the citizen track. It's a tough one to do, but I can usually at least get a couple points out of it. The collected goods, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot to do. But because of this, I get an extra civilian and another stone brick. And then based on my mat over here, I also get 2 more stone brick. And on to year 2. I think this year, I need to make sure what the main goal of this fort, besides getting 70 plus points, is to make sure I get a large road built. So I don't want to leave those too long. But I feel like I definitely like the progression of like the buildings over here. The hotels are handy. Workshops are nice. Normally I actually don't go for the roads, but I kind of have to this time. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is spend a builder to build out the fort over here a bit more. And that gets me a civilian. And then I'll go ahead and spend 2 brick to build out the wall sections a bit more. That one gets me a civilian back. And this one gets me a renown and a cohort spot, which I'll go on the right because I still have 1 left protection from my my diplomat over there. So that's pretty nice. What next? I do want I want to try to maybe build the hotel. I do need to probably build the granary at some point, maybe next year, not this year. I just don't have the builders for it. I have a lot of civilians, so there's always stuff I could do with there. But I think first I'm gonna go ahead and spend a servant and a builder along with a stone to get a small hotel. And that gets me another civilian. Got lots of civilians. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 civilians to go up on the trader's track a bit. That'll get me a builder, and that puts me at level 3 on the trader's track, which means I can spend a civilian and a servant to get a small precinct, which puts me a little bit up on the piety track. I get another resource production and a stone brick. I'll go ahead and cross that off. Very nice to have. This point would be nice to build the medium granary. Is there any way I can get soldiers? I guess guards. I need some guards. It'd be nice to put another guard up here. I can always send another builder into the training grounds, but no, I've already done that once, and you can only do it 4 times max, so I don't want to waste too many of them if I need them later. But I think I might just spend 2 civilians, and then basically I can either boost this track by 2 or this track by 2. And yeah, either of those would get me a guard. I think this track will be a bit more important, so I'm gonna go ahead, spend my 2 civilians, and go up to here. So that gets me another guard. And at this point, I think I'll go ahead and spend these 2 guards to go up here too. So that boosts my discipline. And I go up, I get another cohort to cross off. So I'll go ahead and start crossing off. What did I draw so far? I think 2 centers and a right. So I'll go left again, since I still have the 1 blockage in the center, which is handy. Okay, so I could build out the fort a bit more. Trying to think of exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah. Spend a brick to build up the wall and get another civilian. I still have 2 stone brick left. I can spend 1 to build out the city a bit more. So I'll spend a civilian to go up the priest track 1. Automatically just spend that servant right away to go up here. And then I have a stone brick, which is just going to get wasted. I don't like wasting resources, but there's nothing I could do. There are a few things I can spend a single brick on, like the theater, which I don't have built. The baths don't have built. The market don't have built. So that stone brick is just a waste. But, oh well. This year, there are going to be 2 picks attacking. I still have 1 defense left in the center. I have 1 here and 2 there. So only 2 attacking. Let's see what happens. Hopefully there's not like 2 center or something. 1 on the right. So far, so good. 2 on the right. Well, I will take a disdain because 1 broke through. But I still do get a valor. So, and that gives me another guard. Yeah, that's fun. Not ideal by any means. Really need to get that disdain down, but that's okay. I'm trying to be semi-proactive about it. I'm already trying to get my way towards the baths here. That's a way to get rid of disdain. I think that's the main way to only get rid of disdain, so it's coming. But yeah, so 2 new neutral cards over here. Grab a new fake card to see what my resources are. Damn. 2 guards, 2 builders, 3 servants, and whoops, just throwing them, and a civilian. So flip those down like that. Draw my 2 cards to see which one I want to do. Got the fighter to complete the cohorts, or trainer to get based on the total gladiator strength. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of the gladiators, so cohorts are always pretty helpful, so I'll go with the cohorts to try to complete. Slide that right under there. This never works super easy for sliding that under there, but whatever. I get an extra servant and brick because of the card. And over here, I get 3 bricks because of my resource production. And I also get a extra civilian because of my small hotel. And with that, we're going into year 3. First thing I want to do is spend a builder along with a servant and a brick to build the medium granary down here. So just so I can build past the little segment. It's always nice to be able to do that. So then I'm going to spend... I'll spend a builder to build out the wall a bit more and get another civilian. So I want to try to go down the priest track a bit more, because if I'm going to try to complete some of these citizen tracks, there's some pretty handy benefits, especially with the gardens, that can help boost the other tracks some. So I think I will spend 2 civilians to go down the priest track too, and that'll get me another servant. And I'll go ahead and spend that servant along with 1 other one just to go 2 further down in mining and foresting. That'll increase my resource production 1, give me another stone brick. So then I'll spend my last civilian to go up 1 on the performers track. That'll get me a builder, which I'll go ahead and spend on the fort. That will boost my discipline a little bit. With that done, I will spend these 2 guards to go up the wall guard here. Gets me a discipline, which down here gets me another builder. Thank goodness. I will spend this other guard to go ahead and complete this cohort. I'll put 1 in the center. So now I'm going to spend 3 brick to build the small workshop. That gets me another builder. which I'll go ahead and spend at least one to start building out the fort some more. That gets me another civilian. With that civilian, what do I want to do with that civilian? I would like to go up. Yeah, these are the main 3 tracks I'm worrying about. If I get at least, I'm gonna try to go for 4 completed citizen tracks. I feel like getting 5 is pretty tough. So like this one, 2, 3, probably this one. I don't really care for the performers too much. Maybe that'll be my downfall if I didn't have a theater or a gladiator stadium going on, but we'll see. Try to see if there's anything I want to build. I don't think so. So I think I will just spend this brick on my sippy to get to cohort. I'll go here on the right. So now this still has 1 blockage left. So technically everything has 2. I will then spend my other builder just on the fort here to go up to level 4. So now I can at least build the small road whenever I have the things to do it at this point. I will go up 1 on the priest track here. Oops. That gives me an extra piety. Then I have 2 more servants left, which I'll just do some mining and foresting. And with that out of the way, it's the end of year 3. 4 picks are attacking. Oh boy. Oof. So yeah, like I said before, I technically have 2 at each. So as long as no more than 2 hit any side, I'll be okay. So center, left, right. It's a good start. And right. All right, we're Gucci. I lived. The picks can suck it. And I get 3 Valor because of it, which gets me another guard. Thank God I didn't take any more disdain because I already have 1 I need to bribe people out of. So getting any more would just be more of a headache. So I'm thankful for that much. I'll get rid of the neutral cards, 2 new ones, even though I've not used them once yet. And I probably won't. I use them mainly for the scouting. I don't normally do the market unless I'm feeling extra adventurous. So I'll grab my 2 cards. Oh, wait. I need my fate card first to see what kind of starting resources. Get a guard, 2 builders, 2 servants, a civilian, and 2 stone brick. All right, so now I'll see my cards. I got the ranger, which is to complete the completed scout columns, or the engineer, which I'll get for large buildings. I think it makes sense for me to go for the large buildings since I already need to build the large road, and I'll probably build some other large buildings like the garden, maybe the precinct, hotel, workshop. So I think that makes just the most sense to go for. So I will slide that under there. With this card, I get an extra guard, so I'll throw that down. And then based on my stuff over here, I get 4 stone brick. 1, 2. Oof. Can't grab these out of there. 3, 4. And then I also get 1 civilian and 1 builder because of my hotel and workshop. With that, we're on to year 4. Got a lot of options, a lot of stone brick, which I love. I can really start building out my wall and sippy some more. An okay amount of builders, okay amount of guards. I'm happy about that. I really need to focus a bit more on these citizen tracks over here. So what I think I'm going to do first is spend a servant, a builder, and 1 brick to build these small gardens, which first boosts me on piety, gets me a servant. I then go up 1 on the traders track. I go up 1 on the performers track and 1 on the priest track, which gets me another servant. Then I'll cross that off and we'll be on our way. So since I need to build the large road, it would make sense for me to probably build the small road at some point. I should do that here soon, I think. So I'll go ahead and spend the 2 servants, the builder, and 1 stone brick. I can either go up 1 in piety or discipline. I think I'm gonna choose discipline. And I can cross off this small road, cross that out. I also wouldn't mind building this bathhouse, but I would need another servant to do that, which I don't really have. So I might do that next turn. I just at some point have to get rid of this 1 disdain down here for the fort challenge. Along with I have my first goal for year 1 was having no disdain, or at least as few as possible, but ideally no disdain. Looking at my other options here, I got some guards I could still place. Got some a builder. I don't really think I can build too much more, so I'll go ahead and spend the servant to do a bit more mining and foraging, getting another resource production and another stone brick, and then I'll start just building out the wall a bit. Oops, I'll spend 2 stone brick to build this empty spot and fill in that cohort. Boom. Oh, I did lose my other defense in the center, so I don't have that anymore. But luckily, with that last cohort, I now have 2 actual filled-in spots at each. So getting there as far as defenses go. Then I will probably send some guards out onto the wall guard. Send 2 out. Get the discipline up a bit more. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send the 3rd out just to go ahead and complete that cohort. I'll just go left, I think. That's another discipline, which gets me a builder. Awesome. Got 2 builders to work with, which is pretty nice to have. So I'll spend 1 builder here at the fort. Get me a civilian. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 brick to get some renown. And another civilian. Puts me up to 4 civilians. I'm going to try to build the large gardens. I think it's an okay idea, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll spend a civilian up here on the trader's track to get a stone brick. I will then spend I'll spend 2 civilians on the priest track, so I get some more piety, and then get another servant. And then I can spend a builder, a servant, and 2 stone brick. Whoops, there we go. To build the large garden, so that puts me up more on piety. I get another on the trader's track, the performance track, which gets me a servant. What else? The priest track, I go up 1, which gets me more piety, which gets me another servant. And then what else? I go up on this track too, which gets me some discipline. Let's go ahead and mark that off. And then finally, this bottom track. So I just go up on pretty much everything, which is really handy. So I'll cross that off and finish out what I got here. I'll spend this civilian to go up this track to grab me a builder. And I'm going to go ahead and just spend that builder over here to go a bit more up on the fort. I'll spend the servant to go mining and foresting a bit more. And I think I might just have to waste this last servant. So that is the end of year 4. There are going to be 6 picks attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems like a lot, considering I only have 2. I have 2, 2, and 3. I'm not feeling confident at all, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I have only 3 here, 2 here, and 2 here. We'll see how this goes, but I need to get pretty lucky to come out of this unscathed. So center, right, left. That's a very good sign to start. Okay, another center, another left. There's 1 left. This has to be right or left. It's right. That's awesome. Wow. They all got blocked. These picks, they don't know who they're messing with. With that, I get 3 Valor, which gets me a guard for next round. And yeah, I throw the neutral cards away. And we're just going to get started with year 5. See what fake card resources I get. Get 2 guards. And I'm having trouble grabbing those. Got 2 builders, 2 servants, a civilian, and a stone brick. That gets discarded. 2 more cards of mine. Either constructed landmarks or filled temples. I'm going to go for landmarks. Temples, this always seems like a tricky one to do. So I get 2 extra servants because of that. And then because of my stuff over here, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone brick. So that's 1, 2. Oof. I am just sliding everywhere. Here we go. 3, 4, and 5. I also get a civilian because of my hotel, a builder because of my workshop, and I can choose one track to go up on. I'll go ahead and get some more renown just so I can get an extra civilian to work with. And going into year 5, well, then I will just go ahead and, so I need level 5. So I can build the granary. So I'll spend a builder, a servant, and 2 brick to build out the large granary over here. So I can expand to the ends of the fort. That also gives me an extra renown, which is handy. I think I need to spend two brick to build out the sippy a little. Gets me an extra civilian. And over here, that gets me a cohort filled in. So I'll go for the right one. It gets me another discipline. I'll spend the 2 civilians and the servant to get the medium precinct. So I get some discipline, which gets me another builder, thankfully. I get another resource production and another stone brick. And I can cross off the medium precinct. Okay, so I think I'm just going to skip the bathhouse this turn, build it next year. Hopefully I'll have enough stuff to do it. So I will spend 2 servants to do some mining and foraging to get me another resource production and another stone brick. And then I'll go ahead and spend 2 stone on my wall here, fill in the empty spot and this spot to get some renown, along with a cohort. I'll fill in the center one and get some discipline because of it. I'll put another builder down here on the fort, which gets me a civilian. I'll spend this civilian to go up on the trader's track to get me a builder, which I will then immediately spend that builder to build out the fort a bit more. I just realized I'm not sure if I did this year or last year, but when I filled in this spot of the sippy, I shouldn't have been able to do that because I hadn't built this part of the fort yet. So that definitely was an oversight on my part, my mistake. I will try to make sure to not, make the mistakes like that. That's a pretty simple one. I mean, there's just literally a chain there. But I do have 2 more stone. I got some more builders. So I think first I'll spend a builder to build out the rest of this fort, get another discipline and another cohort. Go on the left here. I'll spend the 3 guards to go up top. 1, 2, get me a discipline for another builder. And 3, I'll get another cohort, which I'll go on the left here. So I'll spend these 2 builders to build out the fort some more. Gets me another civilian. I'll spend a civilian to go up the trader's track, which gets me a renown, which gets me a civilian back. Might as well do it. I could spend that civilian to get another stone brick. Max out on the trader's track, which is nice. And then I could spend these 3 stone brick to build out my wall a bit more. That gets me another civilian and another cohort filled in. Okay, now I have 4 at each, which is making me feel a bit better. 8's going to attack, but I like that ratio a bit better. And I still have to take care of this one disdain before the end of next year. So that's something I'll have to deal with. Put 1 into the priest track so I can get a servant. And I will just go ahead and spend that servant to do some mining and foraging. And then I only have 2 civilians left. So let me figure out, where do I want to send them? I really want to try to fill up this track, and I guess this one too. So I'll spend 1 to go up this track a bit more and get some discipline, which doesn't really do anything. And then I'll go up this track, which gets me a guard, and I'll immediately spend that guard up here on the wall guard. That's the end of year 5. I do not have the large road built yet, but there's next round. I'm 1 spot away from having infrastructure level 8. And then once that's this spot here, and then once I have that, I can actually build the large road. So let's see what kind of picks are attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just double checking that they didn't stick together. Okay, so like I said, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on each. So I feel a lot better than I did last year, but who knows? They could all just attack one side. So let's see how this goes down. Move this like that. So got center. Center, okay. Center, okay. Not super confident so far. On the right, on the left, on the right, on the right, and final one, and I'm safe on the left. Easy, easy. These stupid picks. I don't know how they even got through at first. So because of that, I get 3 Valor, which gets me another guard for this last year. And we're heading into the last year, year 6. So I get 2 new neutral cards over here. A new fate card to see what I get, which is a guard, 2 builders, 2 servants, 2 civilians, and a stone brick. That gets discarded. And then my final 2 cards, Vanguard to complete wall guard sections, or Forager for resource production. I'll go for resource production, mainly because, I mean, both of these I'm pretty close wall guard, like 5 spots away. Resource production, I'm only 2. And the main thing is the resource production, how I get those last 2 is by this spot on this, the mining and foraging, as well as over here on the large precinct, which I already kind of wanted to build since one of my quests appears to build large buildings. The issue is okay, no, that would work out. So yeah, I'll take the resource production quest and gain an extra builder and an extra civilian. Then I go over to my mat over here. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7 brick. So 2, 4, 6, and 7. And then I also get a civilian because of my awesome small hotel, builder because of my workshop, and then because of my road I can choose a track to go up 1. I think I'm going to choose Renown. I feel like I'm probably going to need some extra civilians this last round, so let's see. Into the last year, year 6. Okay, so I want to do the things that I have to do first, but I realize I'm going to be a bit short on servants. So firstly, I'm going to spend a guard to go down here and do some scouting. So I'll cross off this one. I'm going to choose this one over here. So I actually place the guard on top of that, and I'll cross off whichever. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gets me 2 extra servants. Now I can kind of do what I want. So then I will spend 2 servants along with a builder and 2 brick to build the large road. And I can go up either a Renown or a Valor. I'll just go up some Renown, I guess. Cross that off. So that's done. I need to get down on Disdain. So I need to build that baths. So I think I'll just go ahead and build the baths. So I'll spend 2 servants and a builder to build the baths down here and get another civilian. So now I have the baths. I can at least spend a brick to fill in this Disdain, circle that or whatever, and right, year 6. Okay, so my Disdain's finally taken care of. I can breathe a little bit easier now. I did mess up. I just now noticed I technically couldn't have built the large road yet because I'm not level 8 on infrastructure. So let me go ahead and fix that by spending a builder. Now I'm level 8. My bad. I was jumping the gun a little bit. Was super excited to get that road built, I guess. So then I'll spend some civilians to try to finish up this track over here. Get me a guard. I'll go ahead and spend just 2 more civilians to finish it out. A discipline and a builder. And then I'll, well, I will spend the 2 guards on the wall guard. Gets me another discipline and a cohort. The discipline gets me a builder. The cohort, I will go left. And that gets me a Valor. I then will spend a builder on the fort. And that gets me another civilian. Yeah, I really need to try to finish out this track. I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'll spend 2 to get a Renown and a brick. I have a lot of brick, which is good. So I'll go ahead and spend 2 to build out the wall a little bit over here. Gives me another renown and a civilian. I'll go ahead and spend these 2 civilians on this track down here. Another renown and a guard, which that renown gets me a civilian. So I get a civilian and a guard. I just now realized I was pressed for the number of servants I had, or else I couldn't build the large precinct. I couldn't finish the mining and foraging. So like I'm not gonna get full points for the resource production, but it's not the end of the world, I don't think. As long as I get enough cohorts to really protect myself from getting a disdain this last round, I think I'll be okay. So then I will spend a brick on my sippy, which gets me some more renown. I'll spend 2 more bricks on my wall here, which is nothing, and then I get a renown along with another cohort. I will choose the middle, I guess, which gets me another valor. At this point, I think I'm just going to keep on trucking. So take a civilian down here, which gets me some renown, which gets me another civilian, which I'll go ahead and just spend to go down here, which gets me another brick. So now that I'm maxed out down here, that's always good. I can now just rest a little bit easier. So I'll save my guard for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and spend these 2 builders over here. Get another civilian. Not really much I could do with the civilian. I'll just throw him as a performer over here. And then I got 2 brick left, so I'll go ahead and fill in the last 2 spots. I'll put 1 on the wall to get another civilian. And then I'll spend 1 up here on the sippy to get another cohort. I go on the right here, which gets me some valor, which gets me another guard. And then I'll just go ahead and spend both guards on the wall guard. Gets me some discipline, which gets me nothing. Final civilian I can spend on my performer, which gets me a guard, and I can spend up here to complete another cohort, which is pretty nice. I'll complete the left one, which gets me some discipline. Discipline gets me some valor. Valor doesn't get me anything cool, just valor, I guess. And that's the end of year 6. This round I'll be having 11 picks attack because I have the 10 here plus 1 since I did some scouting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just double checking. Let's see what's happening here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each, and then 6 on this far one. So 11 attacking, I should be all right. But let's see what kind of madness these picks do. So we got center, right, left, okay, right, center, okay, left. This is a nice even spread so far. I'm really liking it. Another left, oh no, another left. This is not good. Center, and the last one, another left. But I think 2, 4, 6. That's the one I had 6 on. So I am actually barely okay. I survived that final pick attack, so I get 4 bonus valor, which doesn't really do anything too much. Gets me more discipline. 2, 3, 4. Can't really get the pieces it would give me because we are at the end of the game here. So I'll throw these neutral cards out, and let's add up my score and see where I landed. So I got 15 points for that, 6 points for my piety. I got 20 points for valor, 18 for discipline. Add up my path cards up here, so 9 from my path cards. That's pretty rough. Normally, I don't know. That seems a lot lower than what I normally shoot for. So hopefully that doesn't bomb my score below 70. And I get -0 because I don't have any final disdain. Let's bust out the calculator and see where we're at. So 15 plus 6 plus 20 plus 18 plus 9. 68. That's not enough. I needed 70. Oh, man. I needed 70 plus. I was 2 points away. But so yeah, 2 points shy. I don't know what else I could have done differently. I felt like that was a pretty solid game. I was really close. I had the large road. I maybe could have planned a little better. I maybe didn't need to go as hard on the cohorts at the end, and maybe should have put my resources and other things to get me just a little bit more VP. But that was really close. Unfortunately, though, that's a loss for this fort, so I'm gonna have to try it again next week. So I'll be back with that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next week doing this fort again, hopefully with some better luck. So subscribe if you want to catch that. And if you want to see some of my recent live streams, click up there somewhere. Yeah, there.